Hello everyone, George here. As always, I'm going to start doing these videos, I guess you technically call them vlogs, but whatever, where I basically talk about my first impressions, or impression I should say, on some newer released games. Reason I'm doing this is because with VGamers, I actually schedule my reviews about 6 months into advance. And why I do this is because, one, I have people who do my title cards, so they need to know what I'm going to be looking at, and it just makes it a little easier. And two, I have a tendency to procrastinate, and to avoid my procrastination, which leads to hiatus periods, I schedule everything, so that way there's little to no chance of me not actually doing my reviews, save for a few times here and there. So with that said, since I schedule things about 6 months into advance, I don't actually leave a lot of room for the newer games that come out, because the chance of me actually getting those newer games becomes slim to none, I should say, because of, money. Money's always a huge thing. So with that said, I want to do these so I can sort of talk about my impressions, not so much review these games, but talk about what I'm experiencing through these games, as soon as I can, and I don't know, maybe down the line I might review and give it a full review, but as it stands, like right now, I haven't gone through the game entirely, because, for those who don't know, I take forever to play games. I'm a slow game player, if that makes any sense. Like, campaigns will take me a little longer than it takes other people, because I'm sort of, I don't want to say I'm bad at games, because I'm not entirely bad, but I guess I find ways to try and enjoy it immensely by taking my time through it, if that makes any sense. Slash, I don't usually have too much time to play games. With that all said and done, I want to look at two games that came out last year for the 3DS. That would be December, for those of you who don't know. The first one I want to look at is, get it on camera, there we go, Mario Kart 7. Oh man, look at that nice crisp image. Mario Kart 7. I love the Mario Kart series. I should go out and say that. I love Mario Kart, especially Double Dash. Double Dash is my favorite Mario Kart game in the entire series, because of its huge character roster. Something about a lot of characters really makes a game feel much fuller than anything. That's why I like Brawl. There's a lot of characters in that. So, I was a little bit excited for this game when I heard it was coming out. Not excited to the point where I, pre-order or anything. But, when I grabbed this game on Boxing Day, and I got a chance to play it, and I was really excited. And then I got through every single track that the game has to offer, and I was like, really? That's all the tracks? Wow. That feels like a little bit of a letdown in a sense. And I don't know why I said that. Just something about going through all the tracks and seeing every single track that they had to offer, especially all the new ones, I really wasn't impressed. And it doesn't really it shouldn't really surprise me, considering the amount of tracks hasn't really changed for quite a while. I know, like, Mario Kart DS has the same amount of tracks, and I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, the Wii version has the same amount of tracks. To put the perspective how many tracks are in this, you're going to have to do a little bit of math here, but I'll supply the numbers. There are a total of 8 cups that you can play in. Each cup has 4 tracks in it. 4 of the cups have older Mario Kart tracks that they've put into this game, and the other 4 have newer tracks that are meant for this game. And, put the numbers and you'll get a number, and gives you the, how many tracks you have to race in this game. And it might seem like a big number. I'm assuming it's a big number. But, like I said, when I was playing it, I was like, wow, these tracks, although they look really nice and, they play well. Like there are two tracks that they have that are from that take place in what is that island? The Wii Resort Island that you can go to in those Wii Resort games. They have two tracks that are centered around those, and those are some of my favorite tracks that they have in this, because you get to go through the entire island. That's a huge track to go through. But even with that said, I wasn't really too impressed with the tracks that they had to offer. In some cases, there's some tracks that feel like a huge repeat of not only older tracks, but some tracks in the game itself. Now, I don't know if this is just me, and I'm sort of nitpicking at it. Nitpicking is I don't know if nitpicking is the right word, or some people are willing to let it slide, or people don't really care. They're enjoying it immensely. Nevertheless, I wasn't really impressed with the tracks. I know, though, that there is a fairly big character roster. And even right from the start, you get 8 characters. And after completing one of the CCs, like the 50cc, 100, or 150cc, you unlock your Mii to play as. And then you unlock, I think it's 8 or 9 other characters in the 150cc race, I think it is. And when that's quite a bit. That's fuck, I'm really bad with math at the moment. No, 18. That's 18. That's not right. Sorry. Let's see. 16, 17. Probably about 18 characters, maybe. Yeah, 18 characters, maybe 19, something like that, that you have in this game. That's a pretty big. That's a pretty big roster of characters to play as. That I like, and some of the characters, this might be spoiling it for myself or people, but some of the characters that they have in there are really cool. Obviously, you get your conventional characters to unlock, like Daisy, Wario, Waluigi, and then you get characters like Lakitud. I think that's Lakitud doesn't sound like right, but that guy that floats in the cloud. I'm pretty sure that's the character that you're talking about. He usually like holds a little sign and like signals you to go. The Wiggler worms. There's some other ones in there that for some reason aren't coming to mind. That Queen Bee, I think, was one of them from the Mario Galaxy series. I don't know if Rosetta, the girl from Mario Galaxy, is in it. She probably is. I wouldn't be surprised. But they have a lot of characters in this. Sadly, as far as I know, none of them are actually Rob the Robot. That disappointed me. I was really expecting Rob to be back. Or at least some other character that was like very classic, that wasn't actually a traditional Mario character. Maybe Game Watch. He's been in Brawl. Why not put him in a cart? That'd be really cool. And I think Nintendo should get on that. But with all that said, even with the huge character roster, the tracks feel very minimal. I'm not too impressed with this game. I don't know if I went into it with big expectations. I might have, but I left after playing the entire Grand Prix of the 50cc. Not really satisfied, I guess you should say. I have yet to play the online multiplayer, or actually the multiplayer at all, and that could be a huge selling point, I guess, for me. That could be actually hugely make the game if the multiplayer is really good, because they actually advertise on the back here, 8-player worldwide matches. I don't know why they advertise that. That should come without a surprise. But if it works well and there's no lag, it's going to be really good. Though I've heard some things against it, and I've heard things about it that go for it. So it's going to come down to what I experience. So I will eventually probably review this after I've fully enjoyed every ounce of this. There are a lot of like unlockable carts that you can play in that I'm pretty sure will really maybe up the ante in content. And on top of that, Nintendo may or may not put a couple of updates that will extend the amount of characters in it. Who knows? With a 3DS, anything's possible now. So that's Mario Kart 7 so far. You might like it. Mario Kart's a really good game, and I still enjoy it nevertheless. Next, I want to talk about Super Mario Land 3D. Actually, sorry, I should re-say that. Super Mario 3D Land. Here's another game that when they announced it, I was looking a little forward to this. Not too forward that I'd go on my way and pre-order it, but I was really looking forward to this game. And oh man, I really feel sorry for saying this. This might really get a huge amount of criticism from me. Yeah, but I wasn't impressed by it. Ugh, don't hurt me. It wasn't. I should say more. It wasn't exactly what I was expecting it to be. Because what they do is they go back to the system of traveling linear through a linear line of levels. So once you complete this level, you go to this level. Once you complete that level, you go to the next level. You don't really get to diverse from that path, and I guess that might be one of the things that I'm a little ashamed of, considering recent past Mario games. You could choose a lot of paths and go to various other levels. I'm like, and then you play this and you're like, really? That's different. There are quite a few levels in this, and there are quite a few things that do. They try and put some replay value into it, but what it comes down to, one of my biggest complaints about this game is it's too easy. It's too easy. Mario, I've never played a Mario game, a Super Mario game, or a Mario game where it was so easy. Or at least one that was made by Nintendo, I should say, where it was really easy. Because one of the things that makes it so easy is they just throw lives at you. They throw so many one-ups at you. I haven't even done the infinite one-up trick yet. I've never actually wanted to do infinite one-up tricks in any of the Mario games, but with this game you don't really need it, because they give you more than enough one-ups. They give you more than enough lives. So it's really ridiculous, and I'm really curious as whether or not Nintendo was primarily aiming this towards, you know, people who've played other Mario games, or people who are new to the Mario series, or they're trying to get some more people into the series. I'm going to lean towards maybe they're trying to get a newer audience into this, because it's so piss easy sometimes. And I think some of the things that adds up to why it's so easy is the levels are really short. The levels are so short. That's another thing I don't really like about it, is the levels are too short. And it's also easy. So it's like a double whammy. I don't know. It makes me wonder if somewhere near the beginning of the game, I, without knowing, selected easy, or if normal is like easy. Because I don't think they give you the choice of like a difficulty of the game. And if they did, then I don't remember it. But I don't think they do. I've never seen a Mario game where they ever actually done that before. So the game's naturally easy. So unless they have like another game where you go through it and you know, it's harder, like maybe hopefully twice as hard, or better than twice as hard, because then we want it to be a little more than normal. Or maybe there's like some like secret worlds that I have no idea about, because as far as I can remember, there's like 8 worlds in this, and each world probably would have about 5, maybe 6 levels in it, maybe 7 if you're lucky, and that's also including the ending boss level that they have, which some of the bosses are a little bit of a letdown. I'm like, what is it, world 6 I'm probably on by now, and so far the bosses, I hope this isn't spoiling anything, bosses contained jumping on their heads, like 3 or 4 times, which is really easy. It's as easy as it sounds because a lot of them don't really put up too much of a challenge. I mean, it's really easy to figure out what the heck they're doing right off the bat. Like, you can figure out these patterns really quickly. And to their credit, they try to make it more difficult. The boss I'm on right now, I should say the boss I just finished, what they've done is they've sectioned like the flooring off, and in between each one is like electric grounds or like fire grounds or some shit like that. And obviously if you step on it, you lose, you power down or whatever. And I guess that makes it a little harder, but I mean, jumping isn't anything new. So it's the difficulty is flawed in a sense, but who knows, maybe, World 8's just going to blow me away. I'm going to have like more than enough like challenge in it. I don't know. Who knows? Hopefully. When I go into a Mario game, I usually expect some sort of challenge and a huge amount of replay value. Considering the last Mario game I played was Mario Galaxy 2, I think. And that had a lot of replay value from what I can recall. Like various side things you can do, and then like you got the main story you can follow along. And the levels offered a bit of a challenge. So yeah, Super Mario 3D Land. Really piss easy at the moment. That's sort of my biggest letdown. Actually, I think one of the reasons why it's really easy is because they bring back the raccoon suit, or the Tanuki suit. You can see it right there. Look at that. There's the Tanuki suit. They bring that back, and what they've done with it that's different from all the other suits that you can wear is you can hover a little bit, and then you just slowly start gliding down. And the thing about that, although it sounds great, it makes every level, a breeze. I've probably, actually, I shouldn't say probably, I've completed every level with the Tanuki suit, because they give you the Tanuki suit in every level. There'll always be an instance where you'll get that suit in every single level, and that's not the same as, oh, I'm going through it because it's easier to use it. It's more like they give it to me because they want me to go through it. They give you the suit. It's like you don't have any. You do have a choice, obviously, but they give it to you, and it's either that or you're suitless sometimes, and you rather have some suit on just in case you get hit, because then you'll go to like Big Mario, then you'll go to Little Mario. Actually, and that's probably the only suit I ever use. Like, the fire suit's pointless. If you ever get around to getting the boomerang suit, that's sometimes good, but it's only in certain situations. So they really heavily rely on the Tanuki suit to sort of push this game through. Actually, with with that complaint set in mind, this is probably one of the better 3DS games out there that very well demonstrates the 3D implements that the Nintendo 3DS has. I've played quite a few of the 3D games, or I should say the 3DS games, and none of them use 3D better than this game, because they use it to help with the jumps and the distance between gaps and enemies and whatnot. And then they utilize it with the fairly quote-unquote gimmicky style, but they use it in such a way that's not so gimmicky. Things like they'll have the camera on the top, like a bird's eye view sort of thing. And every time you jump, obviously, Mario is going to look like he's coming out of the screen. And that's actually a really well way to use it. And they'll have like these things, these spiky pillars in some levels that will just come like launching out at the screen. And although yes, it's quote unquote gimmicky, it looks nice. That's the thing. I've never seen a better 3D game that looks nice. I've never actually played a 3DS game where I was willing to just go through the entire thing so far in 3D. Usually I keep that switch down, like, off for most of the time. Like, with Mario Kart 7, I went through every single course with 3D on, just because I wanted to see if it changes anything, and it doesn't. It really doesn't. The 3D doesn't add too much other than it looks nice, I guess, in 3D. But with this one, it helps the gameplay, and it still looks nice doing it. So I definitely, once again, I definitely want to review this once I've gotten through every single thing that has to offer, and come back with sort of my results of it in a proper VGamers analytical review. Analytical. So, yeah, with that said, that's my stuff I want to say on these two 3DS games. I'm looking more forward to Luigi's Mansion 2. I'm assuming that one's going to be a huge one. I love Luigi's Mansion, because I really love the idea of, capturing ghosts. Ghostbusters is really cool, and adding Luigi into it just makes it even better, in my opinion. But we're not talking about that. We were just talking about these games, and if they're good, they're good. There's no doubt about that. But they're not as good as everyone makes it out to be. I've watched a couple of reviews on these games. Wow, why are they doing that? I've watched a couple of reviews on these games, and they don't point out a lot of things I just said. They focus a lot more on, like, oh, the multiplayer. How does the 3D work? Actually, sometimes they don't even mention that, which is really weird considering the 3D is the focal point of the damn system. But, we're not talking about them either. So, if you like Mario Kart, if you like Mario, yeah, if you like Mario Kart, if you like Mario, you'll probably like these games. Like I said, they're really good. Just, there are problems with them. At least I find there are problems. So, take those into consideration. I will have a better review of them later, sometime, maybe. We'll see. So with that said, yeah, keep on gaming. I don't know what else. Just how do I end these videos? No, just I'll talk to you guys later. Keep on gaming. If you have any new games that you're sort of recommending, I don't mind recommendations. I really don't. I actually would immensely enjoy people, saying, "Hey George, you should probably check this game out." That's if you really want me to tell me that. Maybe. So, bye.